All right, so breathing for beginners, breath work for beginners. Some of the first things you want to realize is that you have a nose for breathing and your mouth is not good for breathing. It is possible that you can breathe out of your mouth like an exhale, like a, but for all beginners' purposes, all the breathing should be done through your nose. I'm not going to get into the details why, but you should be breathing through your nose almost all the time. Then, the posture of breathing itself. It should start from the belly down here. So you want to breathe in through the belly and then through the chest and then up through the head. So some common mistakes of breathing. You'll be breathing all up in the head like a dog panting. It's okay to do those if you're training it, but that's not for beginners. I'm going to go through just the basics of breath work. So you want to breathe in through the belly, then the chest, then the head, and then once you get better at it, you'll be able to do it all in one kind of fluid motion. Uh, it's really hard to demonstrate what breathing looks like because it's pretty much all going to look the same. But you don't want to be up through the chest, very shallow breathing. You want to breathe one fluid motion, kind of like this. My hand, you're not doing it with your hands, but your lungs will be going like this. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. And then we'll get into now the actual exercises. So you're not breathing up through your head only. You're not breathing just through your chest. You're breathing in one fluid motion, belly, chest, and head. You can break it up at the beginning when you're still getting used to it if you have some improper breathing patterns and habits in the past. But so I'm going to go over some of the more basic types of breathing practices, breath work. Um, so you got the background. There's yoga, very heavily influenced by breathing. Wim Hof method, very much heavily influenced by breathing. Those are some great places to check out. Great book, Yogic Science of Breathing. So we're gonna go with um, triangular breaths, box breaths, and circular breaths. Um, they all kind of focus on four parts of breathing. You have an inhale, then you have the top part. So you inhale one part, you're holding at the top of the inhale. The second part, exhale. But for you, if you're watching this for beginners, through the nose, and then holding at the bottom part without any breath in your lungs. And those are the four parts of breathing. So when you have a triangular breath, the triangle could either be facing up or down, and you just either breathe in, hold, breathe out, then breathe back in immediately. And that's a triangle. And the other side of the triangle is one I spend a lot of time with is breathe out, hold at the bottom of the breath when you have no breath in your lungs. Breathe in, and immediately go back to breathing out. Then you have box breathing, which is you breathe in, hold at the top, and you hold at the top, and then you breathe out. Then hold at the bottom when you have no breath in your lungs. Now, the holding and the amount of time and the amount of energy is not very specific. When you lift weights, you add more weight to the bar. But when you do breath work, you're going to just put more energy, more intensity, more focus, more time into that certain section of the breathing, whether it be the inhale, the top of the full hold, the exhale, the empty hold, either one of those four parts. And then you get into circular breathing, which is rhythmic breathing, where you're going to get into a pattern. You can either, it's pretty much where you don't particularly hold at any one of these focuses. There's a lot of variation whether you breathe in all the way, exhale all the way, don't breathe in all the way, don't exhale all the way. But one of the things you could do is, you could do like a lung workout, a cardio workout. Imagine you're running, you're out of breath. So you just imagine the breathing practice as if you're already, doing some sort of activity. So I'm just kind of imagining that I'm running really hard. You can also do it as slow as possible, where you try to do as few breaths as possible, trying to stretch out one breath to be exactly 1 minute long. It's a good beginning kind of practice. So try to stretch out one breath to be 1 minute long. So there's a lot of ways to breathe. do breathwork practice. Not all of them are. These are just some beginner methods to get you started. You can look into some other more of the traditional yoga methods like holotropic breath work or some sort of meditative practice. But there's four parts to breathing. There's proper breathing through the nose, belly, chest, then head, all in kind of one motion. You either focus on the four parts of the breath and try to cycle it, imagine the rhythm, the tempo, and the energy spent into any of those four parts. And that should be a great way to start. Breathing is really good for developing emotional control, your ability to stay calm. You might think, everybody can breathe. Why should I work on breathing? Well, if you think like that, you might think, everybody is able to walk. Why should I work on walking? Everyone's able to talk. Why should I work on, some of these fundamental parts of your life? The fundamental parts are some of the more important things. So spend a lot of time, or as much time as you can, just developing your breathing practice, and you'll get better breathing. And the breath itself you'll feel it working the insides of your body. There's a physical part, there's the diaphragm muscle, there's the lungs themselves. So those parts of your body will work on your inside. Your breathing should kind of engage the whole torso, kind of hug the spine, kind of help you develop your torso, like the back, lower back, the spine, and the chest and the ribs. Your breathing can expand your ribs, make them a little bit bigger, which is a bit useful, kind of an old school bodybuilding technique. But anyways, that's kind of the beginning part to breathing. Hopefully you give it a try. Please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe, follow my Instagram in my bio, and leave a hype on this video, new YouTube feature as of now. And thank you for watching, and I'll have more videos come out in the future. Thank you, bye-bye.